How's it going? Hope you're doing all right. Today we're going to do a weekly trade breakdown, all the trades I took last week, and of course we got to look at some numbers and see what we came out with at the end of the week. So looking at the week, took 3 trades on Monday, took 2 on Tuesday, market was closed on Wednesday with New Year's. We're back at it again on Thursday, taking 2 trades, and I took the day off on Friday. I didn't mess with the market. But anyway, zooming in here, starting with Monday. Like I said, I took 3 trades. First trade here was a break-even trade. I'm kind of mad about this trade. This is what it originally looked like. Great RR, great entry off of this bullish order block down here. Rewind a little bit, looking at my bias for the week. We were on a huge bullish fair value gap over on this end. And looking at the daily, this is what really got me looking at longs. We're in a daily bullish order block the entirety of the week. So I was looking for longs going into the week, and that's what I did. I took 1 short on Monday and losing trade. Not too happy with that one, but we'll get into that. So like I said, first trade on Monday was a break-even trade. This is what it originally looked like, and it had potential to be a really good trade. I had a great entry off of this bullish order block like I was talking about. So price started pushing back up, and for some reason, I moved my stop to break even. Don't know why. I had no reason to, because price could have danced between this order block for as long as it wanted, and that wouldn't invalidate my trade bias. Anyway, it was definitely a psychology lapse. Move my stop loss to break even, and we get wicked out, and price hits our targets, hits these targets up here at this midline of the bearish fair value gap. So just a mental lapse, more an emotional lapse on my end. Move the stop loss to break even. Could have avoided the rest of this day with that, but with that, $0. I mean, didn't lose, didn't win. Better than losing money, but definitely still annoying because I had the right bias and it was a great entry off this order block. Second trade of the day, entered in around 10:57. With this trade, still looking for longs. We had confirmation off this retest into the order block, so I was like, all right, this time we'll enter longs. Kept my stop loss where I originally put it. You see here we're down a little bit. But take profit was hit, small take profit, $200. Then we see here, third trade of the day. We were playing off of this fair value gap along with this bearish order block over on this end. With that, I thought we had retraced enough to see a bearish move down. And we initially did, and these 2 bearish candles is what initially got me into the trade. You can see here, in hindsight, right, this is a more of a bullish hammer, this candle right here, but you got to think, in that time frame when I'm looking at it, that's a full red candle. So I saw that, and you see I entered in right at the bottom of this candle. The worst entry. I was never in green for this trade, and price shoots back up, further retracing into this fair value gap, which was my original bias with these trades over here. So definitely disappointing. That's a $300 donation to the stock market. Did not love that. Putting us down $100 on the day. Post-market, we danced around this range in this fair value gap for a while. We came down a little bit, retraced, danced around a little bit more, and then we ended up having our push down into this original zone, this order block from around 586.53 to 584.44. You can see here we took 2 longs, both losses. Not ideal. So first trade here, all my trades I'm taking around 1 to 2 hour. That's the time frame I'm looking at before I enter. I dropped down onto the 3-minute just so you can see these kind of up close and see price action a little bit better. First trade, you see we have a little bullish hammer down here. We entered in around 11:39. I don't really have a time frame for where I trade in the day. Like a lot of people don't like trading after 11 o'clock or something like that. I really don't have any kind of rules like that. I just, whenever I see a setup, I like to enter in. I have rules regarding my risk factors, how many trades I can take, my max losses, stuff like that per day. But here, as you can see, I was talking about bullish hammer, right, confirmation into this zone with this candle over here. And I thought that was enough to have a push off of it, which we did initially. And in this trade, hindsight, right, this is a better sense where, hey, I can move my stop loss maybe to here because we want to retrace further in. I didn't want a huge stop loss all the way down here. I had quite a few contracts in this trade, and that was way too much money I was willing to put on the line. With that, we get stopped out. It is a $440 loss. Not a great start to the week. It's like $550 down on the week so far. We don't love that. But with that, on the 1 hour, I think it was, I remember this candle too. You can see this is the first trade here, but on the second trade, look at this bullish hammer. This candle in the middle of these 2 red ones right here. Jeez, right here. absolutely crazy candle. We have a huge sell-off to the downside down here with this wick. Buyers push price all the way back up and it closes above its open. Absolutely insane move. Again, caught a good entry, feeling good about the trade. We're initially going up. Then we continue this downtrend that we have with higher highs, higher lows, and we get stopped at again. That's another $440 loss. That was my worst day of the week. It was like $880. I got a screenshot somewhere, but not a great first half of the week. Did not have the moves that I was expecting off of these bullish order blocks and the bullish fair value gap. I don't know if I talked about that, but over on this end in the past, we're in this bullish fair value gap as well, which we didn't have any huge retracements into. This initial one, which we caught a little bit of that move, and I thought we were coming back into this and we were gonna have another move, which, I mean, we eventually did, but that was post and pre-market. And this gap with Wednesday, because that was New Year's, market was closed in this gap. But anyway, I'm not counting this one because I was break even, but we're 1 for 4 starting the week off. Not ideal. I did not love that. But anyway, back at it on Thursday. I was still playing off these zones. This order block down here, this range from 586 to 584, that $2 range, I really liked it a lot. You can see here, this time we finally had the move we were looking for off of this zone. With the start of the week, I was a little bit hesitant. Waited for some extra confirmation, breaking this high wick to get in this trade. Exited out at this change of character just because I knew some liquidity lying above these highs and we were coming into this bearish fair value gap. And you can see here, we did have that push down off that zone. This best trade of the week, $999 and some change. I was getting a little greedy though. I wanted to make it 4 figures. So down here, we took yet another trade off of this zone. Caught a very small scalp off this trade, about $100. I think I was just watching my account, and as soon as that P&L hit 100, I just exited the trade. Of course, if we're getting technical, we could have kept it into this order block up here, but again, not worried about that. Caught 4 figures, caught about $1,090, I think, that day. That was our best day of the week. We're seeing a lot more 4-figure days, which I love. Cannot complain at all with that. You can see Friday here, huge bullish move, a lot of higher highs, higher lows. I didn't mess with that at all. Friday was really volatile. So yeah, stayed away from that. But yeah, really happy with this trade. Waited for confirmation, huge move, really nice. Going back here, this trade, probably my least favorite trade of the week just because, hey, we had the right idea, we had the right bias, but emotions led me to move my stop loss to break even and we get wicked out before that big move in our direction. With that though, I ended up around $200 or so on the week, and I can't complain with that, seeing the start that we had with 3 losses and 1 small win. Thursday really saved me, really happy with that. So yeah. So I wanted to do a quick Q&A with some questions in the Discord, just kind of talking about my strategy and kind of what I look at. So starting off, how much do I trade with? Depending on the size of my stop loss, I trade with anywhere between 5 to 10 contracts. 10 contracts if I have smaller stop loss, and 5 contracts if that stop loss is bigger. Everything goes by my risk factors. So the more risk or the bigger my stop loss is, the smaller my position size is to mitigate that risk. So I can still see the moves that I want without losing a ton of money. So this trade right here, great entry. Relatively small stop loss, same with this one. So I had very large position sizes because if I hit my stop loss on this trade, I'm probably losing anywhere between $300 to $400. But with these, I had smaller position sizes and bigger stop losses, so I'm losing about the same. This is about 3 risk factors. I see a risk factor is around $100. So around 3 to 4 risk factors with those. Also, how I use my setup on Webull. It's not very professional in all honesty. So I have the options order book pulled up on my phone separate. I have a stand over here. I just keep that open while I'm trading. So I do all my charting, all my analysis on the chart. And when I see entry that I like, I go and I purchase an out the money contract at that strike price, as close as I can get to the initial price. And whatever price I enter at, I set that as my entry. And then I set my take profit, I set my stop loss. And I just have to stay disciplined, and whenever price hits one of these levels, I exit. It's not automated. I'm not connected to my account through TradingView. I know you can do that. I just haven't messed with it yet. I have my strategy and my structure. It works for me because I have to go and manually order each of the contracts. So it really makes sure, because I have to see that money leave my account. So it helps me hold myself accountable, making sure I'm not entering dumb trades and stuff like that, because I have to actually enter the amount that I want to see leave my account. So yeah, that's kind of how I work TradingView with Webull. Down here, also wondering what a hammer candle is, as well as a break of structure and change of character. I sent out a screenshot here talking about it. So, and also, I used it to enter a losing trade. So probably not the best example, but actually I'll show you the one in the 1 hour that I was talking about. But anyway, a hammer candle, what you look for is a huge wick. This candle right here is what I'm looking at. You have a huge wick down, showing a lot of seller momentum, right? I mean, this wick comes down to this area. Within this hour, buyers push price all the way back up, and then we close above that wick, showing a possible swing to the upside. Obviously, we don't have that here, but if you think about it, we had this huge sell-off and this huge buyback, so you got to think, what are the chances that price continues down? Obviously, there is a chance because that's what we had, but thinking in probability when you trade, it's very beneficial, right? We have another one right here in this bullish order block. So what are the chances that in this bullish order block, with this previous move upwards, what are the chances that price pushes back down? Pretty small in all honesty. Even same with this candle, right? We have a huge push down, buyback, huge bullish candle. What are the chances that price just completely reverses off that zone? Very little. So that's how I like to use bullish and bearish hammers. Just a quick kind of demonstration. Bullish hammer, body to the upside, bearish hammer, body to the downside. Relatively simple concept, and I think it's very helpful to integrate into your strategy. Even though I claim to technically be a smart money concepts trader, I still use a lot of supply and demand, a couple candlestick patterns. You have to use everything you can to your advantage in the market. Also, there's also a question about break of structure and change of character. I found this resource. So you see down here at bottom right, break of structure acts as a trend continuation. So we're breaking higher highs and creating higher lows with this uptrend or a downtrend. We're breaking lower lows and creating lower highs. And a change of character is basically the flip of when that switch happens. So we can see here, if we go on a higher time frame, zoom out. So you can see originally, right, we're in this downtrend with higher highs, higher lows. So we have a change of character because with this uptrend over here, we finally switch and break this low. This is getting really sloppy. Same thing down here, we have this push down, but now we're creating higher highs and higher lows, so that's a change of character. And now we continue making higher highs and higher lows. Now that's a break of structure because we're already in this uptrend. So those I like to use on the 1 to 3 minute for confirmation when I enter trades. So my best trade of the week, oh my God, that's hideous. All right, over here, it wasn't marked out by the chart, but right here we have a move up, then a move down. So this is kind of a high right here. And I enter when we break this high, which is going to be a change of character because we're switching from this change of character of a downtrend into an uptrend, right? So this is confirmation that buyers are gaining momentum and we're looking to the upside. Last thing, asking about the indicators I use. I use Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. It's free. It's already built in TradingView. I have some adjusted settings, so I mean, if you're really curious, I'm just going to scroll through. I changed some of the colors. I changed some of the how far different zones get extended so I can draw them out and see them better on higher time frames. Be a really helpful indicator. I don't use all the aspects of it. There's premiums, equilibriums, all this different kind of stuff. I stick to the relatively the basics of Smart Money Concepts. But anyway, really sloppy graph right now, but those are my trades for the week. Again, around $200 in profit, so cannot complain as long as we're green. I'm coming off last week, I can't complain, or the week before, I can't complain at all. That was like a $2,400 week. But yeah, I hope this helped out a little bit. Hope you learned something, and I wish you the best in 2025. Hope it's a good year for you.